Hello, I'm Dr. David Roberts from Manchester West Veterinary Hospital, and we're here to talk to you today about why you should vaccinate your indoor kitty. We're doing a lot of videos this month on feline care, so we'll start with why to vaccinate an indoor cat. And I'm going to go through some of the vaccines that we utilize and why some of them are more important than others. The first one, as you all are familiar with, is rabies vaccine. And rabies vaccine is certainly something that you should vaccinate any cat or dog for, whether they're indoor or not. If one thing, in St. Louis County, it is the law. So it's something where if your cat is not vaccinated for rabies, it will be quarantined. So we always recommend that. Remember, rabies is a disease that can be transferred through the bite of any mammal. It can be a squirrel, a raccoon, or anything out there, even a chipmunk. So it's something that if a kitty slips out the door, they are at risk for it. And of course, there's the human risk that comes along with that. And they did have a case of rabies for an indoor cat right here in St. Louis County about a year ago. And the police had to get involved because the cat was rabid. So the thing I would tell you is that is a very important vaccine, especially for the risk of us as humans being transmitted to us. The second vaccine is called the FERCP vaccine, and it's basically the feline distemper vaccine. Feline distemper can be transferred from other animals also, and it's certainly something that's more prevalent with an outdoor cat, but it can happen to an indoor cat. But the other thing that vaccine carries is it's a multiple vaccine that has upper respiratory diseases. One is a herpes virus called rhinotracheitis, and the other is colici. So these things are airborne. So even an indoor cat can get these vaccines, and they don't have to be sitting out on a screened porch. They can get this disease from even coming through, an air conditioning or heating system. So those are airborne. So we have to remember that that's something that every cat, can get. The third one is feline leukemia vaccine. Feline leukemia vaccine has a little bit more controversy because it does have to be transferred cat to cat. So when we think about that vaccine, it almost has to be contact. But we recommend it, especially for kittens, because they have found out through surveys, these surveys are showing that 1/3 of the cats or kittens that owners felt were going to be strictly indoors actually ended up being indoor-outdoor cats. And it's because of lifestyle. It's because the cat was whining and wanting to go out. Another factor that comes into play is if you have kids leave doors open, or kids don't get through the door as fast as you or I do, so they'll actually let the cats out. So feline leukemia vaccine is a very important vaccine. One of these things that I like to mention about vaccines in general, all these vaccines have the potential, certainly leukemia, rabies, distemper for the cat, they all are fatal diseases. We're not giving them vaccines for a winter flu or something. These are vaccines that are preventing fatal diseases. The last vaccine is a nose drop called feline infectious peritonitis, and I don't know if you can see this, but it is FIP, or feline infectious peritonitis, is a controversial vaccine. It's not what we consider the core vaccine. It's certainly recommended for an outdoor cat, but for the indoor cat, it may not be as important. However, we do know that people who work with animals, or maybe volunteer at a shelter or something, we can carry that virus on our shoes, our clothes. We're not washing our hands. It can be transmitted on an object and brought into a house, and the cat can pick that up. So there's a lot of good reasons. Rabies, upper respiratory things that are in the air, that are airborne, feline leukemia, which is something that, all these are fatal diseases. So we recommend vaccinating the indoor cat, and we want to make sure that they're thought of as important as our canine counterparts. I'm Dr. David Roberts from Manchester West Veterinary Hospital. Thank you much.